everyone, it's Sarah or LavilyDay here with another video. In case you can't already tell, today I am here to do the end of the year BJD tag for 2019. There's a total of 9 questions in this tag, so let's get on with it. The first question is to show off your doll family as they are at the end of the year, which of course is why I have all of my dolls laid out in front of me like this. Starting from this end and working that way, we have Ellen, Lee, Rachel and Ray, Ava, Millie, Heather, and then on Heather's lap is Claire, maybe? Not too sure about that honestly. But then we have Bee and Miku. And as far as the new additions go for this year, Miku came in January, Heather's body came in March, Ray's head came in July, and Ellen got here most recently in November. So all in all, it was a pretty good year for dolls coming in. Unlike last year, I didn't actually sell any dolls this year. However, I have contemplated selling this jury head down here. Technically, she is up for sale still, so if you're interested, do let me know. But in saying that, I certainly don't mind keeping her either, so we'll see what happens there. Question number 2 is, how many doll videos did you make this year? I'm glad to say that I managed to top last year's count of 60 videos by 2. So my grand total of videos this year was 62, and I'm really quite proud of that since I managed to stick to my schedule of uploading at least once every week. I didn't miss an upload all year, so that's pretty cool. And then of course, in addition to those weekly uploads, I also had some extras such as my Sims videos. There were a couple of those scattered in, and then of course my story videos and some other things which I can't remember right now. Question number 3 is, what was your first video of the year about? My first video of 2019 was called something like "These accessories are perfect for BJDs," and in that video I opened an Our Generation accessory set. I think it was the back to school one. It was a pretty cool set for sure, and I especially enjoyed the tiny pair of scissors. Question number 4 is, how many pictures did you take or upload this year? And as far as pictures I have taken, I have no idea. It's way up there in the thousands for sure, considering every time I take a doll out for a photo shoot, I just take so many photos and then I only end up using 1 or 2, but that's just how that is. In the little stop motion I did alone, there were just over 200 pictures. So if that's anything to go by, you can definitely get an appreciation of just how many photos I have taken this year. For that reason, I'm going to go with the second part of this question, where it instead asks how many you've uploaded, and I'm going to go with my Instagram because I can just go through and count those quite easily. As of right now, when I'm filming this video, I have 108 photos on my Instagram, which I think is at least 30 more than last year, so that's pretty good, I think. Question number 5 says to show the first photo you took this year, so I'll insert that here somewhere. It was of Ava and Millie and Bee all sitting next to each other as I had them on this very box when I was filming the end of the year tag video for last year. So yeah. Question number 6 says, tell us the best thing that has happened to you in the doll hobby this year. Honestly, I think I've had a pretty good year in this hobby. I've done a lot of the things that I had hoped or planned to do. Of course, there are always things that you don't have time for or whatever, but as far as the best thing goes, it's not so much something that's happened to me, more something I've achieved. So I finally got around to starting to share my doll's story this year, and I am so proud of myself for having done it and for sticking with it. And I definitely plan on continuing to film and share it with you. It's been a huge motivator for me to actually communicate with some of you about the story as well, and I just have overall really enjoyed the experience of putting it out there. So yeah, that's probably quite high up in things I've enjoyed the most this year, and I'm sure I could think of more, like for example the fact that I redid Millie's face up for the 3rd time I think, and the fact that I can really tell that I have improved from the 1st and 2nd iterations of her face up in this 3rd one. It's really cool to see that, because it's not always that easy to spot. Moving on though to question number 7. Tell us the worst thing that has happened to you in the doll hobby this year. And I really can't think of anything. I think I said the same thing last year, because I really just couldn't for the life of me think of something bad that has happened to me, which I'm really grateful for sure. But yeah, I really can't think of anything, so I'm actually going to skip over that question completely. If I can think of anything by chance, I'll edit it in somewhere, but I find that unlikely. Question number 8 says to show us your 3 favourite things that you got this year. And I'm actually going to make it a little bit harder for myself by saying that I cannot point to a doll this year. Last year I think I said that Bee was one of my favourites, as well as my Jury 05 head, but I'm not going to do that this year. So instead, here are my 3 favourite things. Number 1 is without a doubt my diorama. As big and awkward as it is in this room, I am so happy with it, and I can't wait to do even more with it in 2020. Number 2 would have to be the jackets that I have got for Lee. I just really like how thick and proper they are, the lining, the zips, the detail, and they're just perfect for his character, and he is so much more himself now that he has his jackets. And lastly, number 3 is Rachel's wig, because honestly, how could it not be one of my favorites? It is just such a stunning wig. I'm just so grateful that I had the opportunity to enter the competition for it, and that I was chosen to have my design made. So thank you again, Sugary Cuppy Cake. Which means we are up to question number 9, the final question: what are your New Year's resolutions? And before I tell you what mine are looking forward, I'm actually going to look back at last year's and see how I did with those. First off, last year my goal was to post weekly on Sundays, to which I can say, yes, I have definitely achieved that. The next thing I wanted to do was to work on my story, which I have also done, so yay, going good so far. The third thing on my list was to find bodies for my juries, to which I found one for Heather, although as you can see, my poor Jury 06 is still floating, so I only halfway got there with that one, and in fact I acquired another floating head, so I'm pretty much exactly in the same spot as I was last year, needing 2 bodies, so yeah. And then the last thing I wanted to do was to get pants for Lee, since up until then he had lived his life with no pants, and I can proudly say that he does indeed own pants. He has more than 1 pair, so things are looking up for Lee. So last year I got 3 out of 4, which is pretty good, I think. For 2020, however, I don't really have anything quite as specific in mind. I really just want to keep doing what I'm doing. Sustain my 1 video a week upload schedule, keep going with writing my story, keep doing my face ups, keep doing my crafts. I probably should do more crafts if I'm being honest. And yeah, just as a general rule, keep doing what I'm doing. So it's not really a specific goal, but I still think it's valid. I guess if there's one thing I want to do more of, that would be stop motions, because they're fun and they're cool and I enjoy doing them, so why not do more? And I wouldn't mind doing at least 1 giveaway in 2020. Perhaps I'll see if I can find a way to double this year's amount and try squeeze in 2. Anyway though, with that we have reached the end of this tag. Before I go, I just want to finish off by saying a huge thank you to anyone and everyone who has supported me this year. I really do appreciate all of your comments and support, it means so much to me. As always, if you have any comments or questions, be sure to leave them in the comments down below. And if you're not subscribed, I would love it if you joined me here. I upload a new video every weekend on Sundays. Thank you so much for watching. It has been lovely, and I'll catch you in another video sometime soon.